Yesterday, Donald Trump held a press conference where he announced that he's suing social media companies because they're censoring him and violating his First Amendment rights. But during that press conference, he showed in plain sight his brain malfunctioning with the dementia that we've seen in his rallies. And he said something so crazy, even the people around him showed it on their faces.
And I won't use the word weapon, because I never use the word nuclear, but we have to be careful with our leadership, because if we don't have the proper leadership, we're in a very perilous state. So we don't use the word nuclear. I never use it, okay? Never use it. I never said it. That's called disinformation. Google and YouTube have deleted countless videos that...
So those were obviously supporters around Trump. They're there supporting him at this press conference. And when he starts talking about weapons and nuclear this, and he was mentioning China before, they don't understand what's happening. And rightfully so, because I don't either. I don't understand what this has to do with Facebook and Twitter and Google. I mean, look, even if Trump's lawsuit was meaningful, had validity, it just shows that he can't stick to an actual train of thought because his brain is that far gone. Again, this is the guy that made the entire election in 2020 seemingly about the cognitive health of his opponent, and meanwhile, he's going around with Swiss cheese up there. Like, it's just crazy to me, folks. It's crazy. Why is he talking about nuclear? And look at the faces of the people around him. Before and after this part, where he sort of stays on the general topic of why he's suing these companies, you know, they're nodding along, looking pretty casual, like this is a regular thing. But in this moment, you see like awkward smirks. You see them looking around weirdly or staring at Trump being like, what are you saying, dude? We're here to sue some companies. We're not here to talk about the word nuclear. And again, of course, as is so rich with Trump, he's going on and complaining about disinformation when he is the modern king in the United States of disinformation. No other singular person in the last 30, 40 years at least has been more effective at disinforming people than that dude. And so just front to back, guys, it's ridiculous. Again, Trump can't sue Facebook, Google, Twitter, etc. on First Amendment violations because they are not publicly owned. They are not owned by the government. They're not owned by the federal government or a state government or a municipal government. They are private corporations, whether or not they're traded publicly on a stock market. We can have a discussion about whether or not big tech is too big. We can have a discussion about whether or not private companies should be so powerful in our discourse, but Donald Trump isn't saying any of that. He's doing this because he wants attention. He's trying to divert attention away from his crimes. And as usual, his brain is breaking in front of all of our eyes, in front of millions of people.